Welcome to another deep dive. You guys send in such fascinating articles. Sometimes I don't even know where to start. But this time around, you sent over a really great collection of articles on AI,
Oh, cool.
artificial intelligence, and
Yeah, it's a hot topic.
it's everywhere these days, right? It's like we're on the verge of something huge, but we just can't quite wrap our heads around it yet.
Yeah,
You know,
I know exactly what you mean.
there's just one article in particular that I wanted to really dive into today, and it's called Is AI a buzzword, a tool, a paradigm shift, or just a really complicated joke?
Oh, that's a good one.
I know, right? I love the title.
It's very catchy.
It is. And it really, I think, kind of gets at this feeling that a lot of us have about AI, where it's like, we're not really sure what it is. Is
Yeah.
it just hype? Is it something really revolutionary?
Right. Is it going to take over the world?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All those questions. So
Yeah. And it's funny, too.
that's what I loved about it. It was actually funny.
Yeah.
It didn't take itself too seriously because, let's be honest, this whole AI thing can get a little overwhelming.
It can be very complex.
Yeah.
But I think this deep dive will definitely help us kind of cut through all the noise and really understand, what AI is all about and what it can actually do. And also, the challenges that come with it.
Okay, so let's start with the first idea the article presents, which is AI as a buzzword,
Okay.
right? And it uses this really interesting analogy of wearing glasses without a prescription
Okay.
to kind of highlight how the term AI is often just slapped onto things
Right.
just to make them sound fancier or more innovative, even if the technology isn't all that groundbreaking.
Yeah, like a marketing tactic.
Exactly.
Just using that term AI makes it sound like this product is cutting edge,
Mhm.
even if it's not really.
The article uses a funny example of an AI-powered toaster that
Mm.
supposedly analyzes your breakfast habits.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's just a regular toaster with a fancy label.
Exactly. And it plays on our desire to have the latest and greatest, the most technologically advanced stuff, even if it doesn't live up to the hype.
Right, and this overuse of the term is a problem, I think, because not only does it create these unrealistic expectations, but it also makes it harder for us to even understand what AI really is.
Right. It gets muddled.
Yeah, like if everything is AI-powered, then
Uh,
doesn't the term just kind of lose all meaning?
yeah, it's hard to tell what's genuine and what's just marketing fluff.
Exactly. So it seems like the first step in understanding AI is learning to see through the hype.
Yeah.
And identify when the term is actually being used accurately.
I agree. And that leads us to the next idea in the article, which is AI as a tool.
Oh, okay.
So not just a buzzword, but an actual tool we can use.
Right. So here, the article uses this really funny analogy of that overly ambitious friend who shows up to a casual get-together with like a 5-course meal.
Oh, yeah, I know that friend.
Right. We all have that friend, and it's like, okay, this is a little much.
A little over.
Exactly. And that's kind of how they're portraying AI. It's like AI has this vast array of capabilities,
Mhm.
but it's not always necessary or appropriate to use all of them all the time.
Right. You got to pick the right tool for the job.
Okay, so what are some of the tools that AI actually offers? The article gives us a few examples.
Yeah, it talks about how AI can be used to optimize processes in businesses,
Ah,
like making things more efficient and streamlined, whether it's manufacturing or even customer service, those chatbots we were talking about earlier.
right.
And AI is really good at analyzing huge amounts of data really quickly and accurately.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, this is really helpful in fields like finance or healthcare, where you need to make decisions based on tons of data.
And let's not forget about AI's ability to predict user behavior,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like those Netflix recommendations that somehow always seem to know what I'm in the mood for.
Yeah, it's amazing how it can figure out our preferences and then just tailor our experience, to what we might like.
It's almost like magic.
It is. But it's important to remember that these AI systems are only as good as the data they're trained on.
Oh, that's a good point.
So if the data itself is biased or incomplete, then the AI's output might be biased as well.
Right, garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. The article uses this phrase, a toddler with AI.
I love that.
Right. It's basically saying that AI has this huge potential, but it's still in its early stages of development, so we need to be careful with it and guide it properly.
It's like giving a toddler a chainsaw. Not a good idea.
Exactly. So even though AI is this powerful tool, we have to use it ethically and thoughtfully.
We can't just let it run wild.
Right. We need to be aware of those potential biases and make sure that AI is ultimately designed to help humanity.
Right, to make the world a better place, not worse.
Exactly. And that brings us to the next idea in the article, AI as a paradigm shift.
Ooh, okay. Things are getting serious now.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting.
The article compares the potential impact of AI to a science fiction movie, The Terminator. But without all the explosions and killer robots, the focus here is more on the profound changes AI could bring to our lives and to how we understand the world.
Right, like a fundamental shift in our thinking.
Exactly. Like
Mhm.
AI has the potential to completely transform entire industries, solve really complex problems that we've been struggling with for years, and even change the way we work and interact with each other.
It's mind-blowing when you think about it.
It really is. And the article even goes as far as to suggest that AI could lead to a shift in how we understand consciousness.
Yeah.
It asks these really big questions like, can machines truly think? And can they learn and feel emotions? And these are questions that are becoming more and more relevant as AI continues to advance at such a rapid pace.
It's true. We used to think intelligence and consciousness were uniquely human traits. But as AI gets more sophisticated, it's making us question those assumptions.
Like those lines are starting to blur a little
They
bit.
are.
So while we're not quite at the point of having sentient coffee machines taking over the world, the idea that AI could potentially surpass human intelligence in certain areas is something we really need to start thinking about.
Yeah, it raises these fundamental questions about the future of humanity. You
Yeah.
know, what is our place in a world where AI might be smarter than us in some ways?
Right. And those are some big questions that we're going to have to grapple with. But before we get too deep into those philosophical depths, let's step back for a second and look at the reality of AI today,
Okay.
because that leads us to the final point in the article, AI as reality.
Ah, so not just a futuristic fantasy, but something that's already here.
Exactly. It's the idea that AI isn't just some far-off concept. It's already woven into the fabric of our lives in ways we may not even realize.
Yeah, it's all around us.
It is. It's everywhere.
Mm.
From the algorithms that personalize our social media feeds to the voice assistants we use to control our smart homes, AI is silently shaping our experiences and influencing our decisions every single day.
It's like this invisible force.
It is. And the article compares AI to that annoying friend who always knows what to bring to the party.
Oh, I know that friend too.
Right. Always suggesting the perfect restaurant or the perfect playlist, even if you didn't ask for their opinion.
Right. Always trying to be helpful.
It's meant to be funny, but it also highlights how pervasive AI is becoming. It's
Yeah.
present in our lives, even when we're not fully aware of it.
It's true, and it's only going to get more integrated as technology advances.
So it's almost like we're already living in a science fiction movie, but instead of robots taking over the world, AI is working quietly in the background, optimizing our experiences and anticipating our needs.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to have a balanced view of AI. We need to acknowledge its benefits, but also be mindful of the ethical considerations and potential risks.
Right, like with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need to be aware of how AI could be misused or operate in ways that we don't fully understand. It's not about fearing AI, but about being cautious and making sure it's developed and used ethically.
Okay, so we've explored AI as a buzzword, as a tool, as a potential paradigm shift,
Mm-hmm.
and finally as a reality we're already living in.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
We have. And it's clear that AI is incredibly complex,
It is.
with the potential to shape our world in profound ways.
Absolutely. And as we move forward, I think it's crucial that we continue to have these open and honest conversations about the ethical implications of AI
Right.
and make sure that its development is guided by human values.
Absolutely. So that's a great overview, I think, of the main points of this article.
It is a good starting point.
But there's so much more to explore.
Yeah, we've only just scratched the surface.
We have. So in the next part of our deep dive, we're going to get to some specific examples of how AI is impacting various industries and aspects of our lives, both now and in the future.
Sounds good. I'm ready to dive deeper.
Me too.
So as we've seen, AI is already pretty deeply embedded in our lives, you know,
It's true.
often operating kind of behind the scenes
Yes.
to enhance our experiences.
Yeah, it sometimes feels like AI is this invisible force shaping our world in these subtle but significant ways.
Oh.
So let's bring this invisible force into the light a little bit and explore some specific examples of how AI is impacting our lives, like right now,
Yeah.
in our everyday experiences.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
One area where AI is making a huge impact, I think, is in the realm of customer service.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, think about the last time you visited a website and a little chat window popped up, asking if you needed help.
Oh yeah, those helpful little chatbots are everywhere these days.
Right.
And I have to say, I actually had a really positive experience with one recently. It helped me troubleshoot an issue with an online order so much faster than I could have done on my own.
Yeah, they're getting really good.
They are.
Those chatbots are powered by AI, and they're becoming incredibly sophisticated.
Yeah.
They can understand natural language,
Yeah.
respond to kind of complex queries, and even offer personalized recommendations.
Oh.
In many cases, you might not even realize you're actually interacting with a machine.
It's pretty amazing how far that technology has come.
It is.
What other examples of AI can we find just in our daily lives?
Well, let's talk about entertainment.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed how streaming services like Netflix or Spotify seem to know exactly what you want to watch or listen to?
Oh my gosh, it's almost spooky how accurately they can predict my taste in movies and music. Sometimes I'm like, do they know me better than I know myself?
It really does feel that way.
It does.
That's the power of these AI-driven recommendation algorithms. They're analyzing massive amounts of data about your viewing and listening habits, and then they use that information to kind of suggest content that you might enjoy. It's like having a personal curator for all your entertainment needs.
It's totally a game changer for how we consume media these days.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not just limited to entertainment either. Like, think about navigation apps like Google Maps or Waze. They're using AI to, analyze traffic patterns, suggest the best routes, and even estimate arrival times with, like, crazy accuracy.
They're so good.
They're so good. AI is basically my co-pilot when I'm driving these days,
Yeah.
helping me navigate the complexities of city traffic.
It's crazy how much AI is changing the way we get around.
It is.
And these are just a few examples of how AI is impacting our daily lives, but its influence extends far beyond these kind of consumer-facing applications. It's also making big waves in industries like healthcare, manufacturing, finance.
Okay, let's dive into those areas a little bit. The healthcare industry in particular seems like it's ripe for disruption by AI.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? AI has the potential to, like, revolutionize healthcare in countless ways.
Wow.
For example, AI-powered systems are being used to analyze medical images like X-rays and CT scans to help doctors detect diseases at earlier stages.
Wow.
Which is so valuable for conditions like cancer, where early detection is really crucial for successful treatment.
That's incredible. So AI is acting like a second set of eyes for doctors, helping them make more accurate diagnoses?
Exactly, and AI can do more than just analyze images. Oh, really?
It can actually help doctors personalize treatment plans by analyzing patient data and identifying patterns that might not be immediately apparent to human physicians.
That's fascinating. So it's like really augmenting their capabilities in a way that wasn't possible before.
Exactly.
It sounds like AI is becoming an indispensable tool for healthcare professionals.
I think so.
And what of the manufacturing industry? How's AI impacting that sector?
Yeah, well, AI is transforming manufacturing through automation. Robots powered by AI are taking over these repetitive tasks on assembly lines, which improves efficiency and, reduces the risk of human error.
Okay, so are those science fiction movies where robots are building everything? Were they not that far off?
Maybe not so far off,
No.
but it's important to remember that these robots are still tools guided by human programmers and engineers.
Right.
It's not about machines replacing humans.
Right.
It's about humans and machines working together in these new and innovative ways.
It's about collaboration, not domination.
Ex-
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And what about the world of finance? I can only imagine AI is playing a big role there as well.
Oh, absolutely. The finance industry, deals with massive amounts of data.
Yeah.
And AI is so good at analyzing and interpreting that data
Yeah.
to identify trends and make predictions.
Uh-huh.
For example, you have AI algorithms being used to detect fraudulent transactions, assess credit risk, and even manage investment portfolios.
So it's helping to make the financial system more secure, efficient, and personalized.
That's the goal.
That's amazing.
But of course, as with any powerful technology, there are potential risks and challenges that need to be addressed.
That's a great point. We've talked about all the amazing things AI can do.
Right.
The potential it has to really transform these different fields.
Mhm.
But we need to be mindful of the potential downsides as well.
Absolutely.
So in the next part of our deep dive, we're going to kind of flip the script a little bit and explore some of those challenges and consider, what steps we can take to ensure that AI is used ethically and responsibly.
Yeah.
For the benefit of all.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
So we spent a lot of time exploring, the really incredible ways that AI is being used in all these different fields.
Yeah.
And it's clear that this technology has the potential to I mean, really revolutionize our world.
Yeah, the possibilities seem endless, right?
They do.
But as with any powerful tool, we have to consider the potential downsides.
That's true. It's easy to get caught up in all the excitement. Like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh, look at all the amazing things AI can do.
right.
But we can't forget about, the potential risks, the
Yeah,
challenges.
absolutely. One of the key challenges with AI is ensuring that it's used ethically.
Okay, so what are some of the specific concerns that we should be thinking about when we talk about responsible and ethical AI?
Well, one big one is the potential for AI to be used in ways that could actually harm individuals or even society as a whole.
Yeah.
You know, some experts worry that AI-powered surveillance systems could be used to infringe on people's privacy,
Oh,
or that AI-powered weapons systems could have these unintended consequences.
right. That's a scary thought.
It is.
Yeah.
It's something we need to think about carefully.
Yeah, those are some really serious concerns, and they definitely highlight the need for, I think, careful consideration regulation
Yeah,
as
totally.
AI technology continues to advance.
Absolutely. And another challenge is making sure that AI is developed and deployed in a way that benefits all of humanity,
Right.
not just a select few.
Oh, that's such an important point.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that AI doesn't exacerbate existing inequality or
Exactly.
create new ones.
Yeah, it's not a tool just for the privileged.
Right. It's crucial to think about the potential impact of AI on jobs and the economy,
For sure.
because while it can create new opportunities,
Mm,
it can also automate existing jobs, which could potentially lead to, widespread job displacement.
right. A lot of people are worried about that.
Yeah, and it's a valid concern, and I think we need to be having these conversations now about how we can prepare for those disruptions
Yeah.
and ensure that everyone has the skills and resources they need to thrive in a world where AI is going to be increasingly prominent.
Absolutely. And another important thing to think about is the potential for bias in AI systems.
Oh, can you explain a little bit more about what you mean by bias in this context?
Sure. So AI systems, they're trained on data.
Uh-huh.
And if that data reflects existing biases in society, those biases can actually be amplified by the AI.
Oh, wow.
Like, for example, imagine an AI system that's used to make hiring decisions,
Okay.
and it's trained on data that shows a historical preference for male candidates.
Uh-huh.
Well, that AI system might unintentionally perpetuate that bias, even though it wasn't programmed to do so specifically.
That's concerning. So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about the data that feeds it.
Exactly. It's crucial to make sure that the data used to train these systems is diverse, representative, and as free from harmful biases as possible.
Right, garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. It all comes back to the data.
So it sounds like we have a lot of complex issues to consider as AI continues to evolve.
Oh, definitely. It's a rapidly changing field.
It is.
And it's so important to have these ongoing conversations about the ethical implications of AI
Right.
and to develop guidelines and regulations that promote its responsible development.
Yeah, we need to be proactive.
Absolutely.
It's encouraging to know that these conversations are happening,
They are.
that there are people who are really talking about these things.
There are a lot of experts working hard to address these challenges.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So while there are definitely, risks and challenges associated with AI,
Yeah.
there's also, I think, a lot of hope and optimism about its potential to really make the world a better place.
Yeah. I agree. AI is a powerful tool.
It is. Yeah.
And it's up to us to use it wisely, ethically,
Right.
to create a future where technology serves humanity and helps us tackle some of the world's toughest problems.
Okay, so where do we go from here? What can we as individuals do to ensure that AI is used for good?
Well, I think one of the most important things is to stay informed.
Okay.
Stay up to date on the latest developments in AI.
Mm-hmm.
Engage in conversations about its ethical implications. Support organizations that are working to promote responsible AI and advocate for policies that ensure it benefits everyone.
Those are all really great suggestions. It's clear that we all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI.
We do. The future of AI is not set in stone. It's something that we're actively creating through our choices, our actions,
Wow.
and our commitment to using this powerful technology for good.
I love that. This deep dive has been incredible.
Yes.
We've gone from exploring AI as just like a buzzword
Yeah.
to understanding its potential to really fundamentally change the world.
It is transformative.
It is. And we've also, acknowledged the challenges and really emphasized the importance of responsible AI development.
It's all about fighting that balance.
It is.
The potential is huge, but we need to be careful.
Yeah. Well, this has been a fascinating discussion, and I really hope our listeners have come away with a deeper understanding of AI.
Me too. It's such a complex and rapidly evolving field.
It really is. And it's going to be so interesting to see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, who knows what the future holds?
Right. But one thing's for sure, AI is going to play a major role in all of our lives, so it's up to us to make sure that role is a positive one.
I agree.
Well, thanks for joining us in this deep dive into the world of artificial intelligence.
It's been my pleasure.
Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.